Throughout the world, many dishes are celebrated not only for their flavors but also for the unique and innovative methods used to prepare them. These cooking techniques often tell a story of tradition, resourcefulness, and creativity, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the meals. Here's a look at 10 dishes famous for their unusual cooking methods. 1. Peking Duck, China. Peking duck is renowned for its crispy skin and tender meat, which is achieved through a meticulous cooking process. The duck is first air-dried, then roasted in a special oven. Traditionally, the skin is glazed with a sweet syrup before roasting, resulting in a glossy, crispy finish that contrasts perfectly with the tender duck meat. The process of cooking the duck over high heat for hours creates a rich, flavorful dish, making it a sought-after delicacy in China. 2. Kebabs, Middle East. While grilling might seem like a straightforward cooking method, the art of making kebabs has evolved into a complex technique across various Middle Eastern cultures. The meat is marinated for hours, or even days, in a variety of spices, yogurt, and herbs before being skewered and cooked over open flames or in specialized ovens. The unique marinade process tenderizes the meat, adding complex layers of flavor, while the grilling imparts a smoky aroma that defines this beloved dish. 3. Biryani, India. Biryani, a fragrant rice dish with layers of marinated meat, uses the dum cooking technique, where the dish is sealed in a pot and cooked on low heat for a long time. The cooking method ensures that the meat becomes incredibly tender while the rice absorbs all the flavors. The seal also locks in steam, creating a unique texture and aroma that make biryani stand out. The process of slow cooking the dish makes it a true labor of love and a centerpiece in Indian cuisine. 4. Sous vide, global. Sous vide, meaning under vacuum in French, is a cooking technique where food is placed in vacuum-sealed bags and cooked in low-temperature water baths for extended periods of time. This method allows for precise control over the cooking process, resulting in dishes that are cooked evenly and retain moisture. It's particularly popular for meats, where the food is cooked to the perfect level of tenderness and juiciness. Though it's a modern technique, sous vide is now widely used in high-end restaurants and home kitchens alike. 5. Ceviche, Peru. Ceviche, a dish made from raw fish marinated in citrus juices, is famous for its unique cooking method. The acid in the citrus juice, typically lime or lemon, denatures the proteins in the fish, creating a texture similar to cooked fish without the need for heat. This process, known as cold cooking, is especially popular in Peru and other Latin American countries, and the dish is often enhanced with ingredients like onions, cilantro, and chili peppers for an added burst of flavor. 6. Barbacoa, Mexico. Barbacoa is traditionally made by cooking meat, often lamb or goat, in an underground pit, covered with leaves, and slow-cooked for hours. The meat is marinated in spices, wrapped in leaves, and then buried in the ground, where it cooks in its own juices. This cooking method results in tender, flavorful meat that falls apart easily and is often served in tacos or with rice. While modern versions may use ovens, the traditional pit cooking method remains iconic for its smoky flavor and succulent texture. 7. Fugu, Japan. Fugu, or pufferfish, is one of the most dangerous dishes in the world due to the presence of deadly toxins in its organs. The unusual method of preparing fugu involves highly trained chefs who have passed rigorous licensing exams to ensure safe preparation. The fish is carefully sliced into thin pieces, removing the toxic parts to avoid contamination. Fugu is usually served raw in delicate presentations, making it a risky but highly prized delicacy in Japan. 8. Mole poblano, Mexico. Mole poblano is a traditional Mexican sauce made by combining a variety of ingredients, including chili peppers, chocolate, nuts, and spices, which are then roasted and ground into a paste. The cooking method involves slow roasting and grinding, which allows the ingredients to develop deep, complex flavors. The dish is typically served with chicken or turkey and is known for its rich, thick sauce that combines spicy, sweet, and savory elements. 9. Hangi, New Zealand. Hangi is a traditional Maori cooking method in which food is slow-cooked in an underground oven. The process involves digging a hole in the ground, placing hot stones at the bottom, and then layering food, typically lamb, chicken, vegetables, and stuffing, on top, which is covered with wet cloths or leaves. The food is then left to steam for several hours, absorbing smoky flavors and becoming incredibly tender. This communal cooking method is often used for large gatherings and celebrations. 10. Baklava, Middle East. Baklava, a famous pastry in the Middle East, is made by layering thin sheets of phyllo dough, butter, and a mixture of nuts, often walnuts or pistachios, then baking it to golden perfection. What makes this dish unique is the technique of layering, where each thin sheet of dough is brushed with butter to create a flaky, crisp texture. After baking, it's soaked in syrup or honey, allowing the layers to absorb the sweetness and create a gooey, rich dessert that's beloved around the world. These dishes stand out not only because of their flavors but also because of the unusual and intricate methods used to prepare them. From ancient traditions to modern innovations, these cooking techniques highlight the creativity and care that goes into making food more than just a meal. They become an experience in themselves.